In this episode I'm going to be painting an 8th Army artillery crewman. This is in the new flexible plastics from Battlefront. So one point to make, when you are cleaning these guys up, you really need a sharp knife. Don't use a file, and it's got to be a really sharp knife, and just work on catching any flash. Just peel it away carefully. If you use anything blunter, it's going to start taking chunks off quite easily, and those chunks will be quite difficult to actually separate from the rest of the figure. They'll want to cling to it. It's really quite strange material in that respect. So a bit of time when you are doing that cleanup. I put a link to a video at the end of this which has got a bit more detail around that process on the how to paint, a sort of painting review rather of the plastic infantry platoon for the 8th Army. So the base colour is going to be Panzer Aces Old Wood. Now in certain circumstances I may put a darker shade on to begin with, because this will take 2 coats, but I want this guy to have a bleached look, you know, so as if he's been in the sun for quite some time, and his uniform is getting very light and threadbare. So there's plenty of detail in the folds of the uniform. Let's actually start on the front. And there's plenty here for us. To work on. I don't want to leave a lot of shade in there, so just a careful little stroke inside. Same for here. The shade's important, but we don't want it to be too dominant. Over to the arm. Always remember to go right around features like arms and legs. This is a very simple figure. Everything's kind of drawn right into the centre, so I might be stuck with there being quite a bit of shade left in the centre of the figure, but I shall do my best to reach into all those areas. Colour disappears underneath the helmet there. And there's a lot of detail on his back. Lots of folds. So I'm going to try and follow them as much as possible, but also try to avoid leaving something that looks a bit too stripy. what you can do there is, for instance, they folds, don't fold them all the way in. Just leave the shades at the edges. Now you can maybe see there that, excuse me, it's still looking like quite a dark paste colour at the moment, because it's going to need that second coat. Now, these guys have got quite a lot of folds on their uniforms, but as I said, you don't have to follow the fold across its entire length. Leave the shade at the end and it will draw the eye in, especially once we have put a highlight on. Right, let's just quickly go over, brighten up this base coat a little. Also a chance to catch any problem areas. That's the basic uniform colour. Just taking a minute to clean my brush. I like this brush, it's very good, but it can get a bit sticky. Right, highlight colour, sorry, is Model Colour 819 Iraqi Sand. And we're going to need the very small brush, Sensei detail brush that I use for this from Army Painter. So I want to catch the bottom edge of this collar, just because that's where I'm going to get the most collar-like shape. Paint's a bit on the dry side, and then I'm just going to try and catch all the edges, highlights, putting the shade as close as possible, well, putting the highlight as close as possible to the shade. And if possible, the highlight should be on top as opposed to underneath the shade. Brush is too dry. refresh the brush a little. Remember this collar. And see, the brush is a little dry there sometimes. You know, you can refresh your brush, but if the paint that's on it is too dry, any new paint is just going to stick to it. So sometimes you just have to clean it up. Start again. Your paint should just flow off without having to put any pressure on it. Any pressure you are putting on the brush will show in the final results. You won't have a soft line, you'll have a dry looking scrape. And there you go, that's the uniform colour in place. Excuse me. Oh, I'm always dropping my figures when I'm painting. There you go. So that's a bit lighter than I would normally do. But there's still plenty of shade in there. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to paint the areas that will be black or grey. And I'm just using good old Vallejo black 350. There's not a lot on this figure because it's quite a simple figure. We've got boots. Just going all around, making sure I've not missed anything. And then we've got the shell. And that's that for just now. As that's drying, I'm going to do the other fabric areas, and I'm going to use Vallejo 886 green grey. The light's a bit wonky today, folks, because this is Scotland and the light's a bit unpredictable. Hope it's not interfering with what you can see. See, it's going into darkness again. Anyway, socks. Got two parts to this, the main body, so to speak, and then the rolled up section at the top. I'm just being careful to leave a line between those two areas for shape, and being careful to work all the way around the sock. So apart from that, the only other area is going to be the belt. Oh, and a water bottle. The brush is getting dry. Right, now the water bottle has got a fairly distinctive shape. Right, that'll do as a base coat. Let's go back to the boots. I'm going to be using German Grey 995. And the boots I'm just going to be painting on a very small highlight, and it will be no more highlight than this. On the toes and on the laces, on the side, on the heels, and that's just to give them a little bit of depth. And in the meantime, the shell, just going to paint that grey. It may actually have a case, like a brass case to it as well. It might be a one part ammunition. I'll check that at a later point. So back to the other areas of fabric. I'm going to highlight the green grey with Panzer Aces 345 Splinter Camouflage Base. So for the socks, I want to hit the top edges and then that bottom edge beside the boots. And then we've got the belt. Let's go around to the front. Brush it dry. And then the water bottle. Just accentuate that shape. There we go. The shell, I am going to add a little bit of grey. Just to help give it a bit of shape, help it stand out against the rest of the figure. Then we're on to the skin. Now for that I'm going to put an initial coat of German Camouflage Pale Brown, I'm not sure the number, 825 or 826. This is a fairly standard colour that I use to form a base for the skin, whether it be ultimately be darker or lighter. So starting with the legs, always painting the knees first of all and then work around them. And then the first pass I make with the hands, I'm not trying to identify individual fingers. If there was a finger, for instance, on a trigger or such like, I might want to make sure there's some shade left around it. Otherwise, no. If you do, try and leave lots of dark shade and then put a highlight on top, it's very, very stark. And this guy's actually got a fairly well detailed face in the sculpt. So I'm painting nose, and then where available, lips and a chin. Sometimes, no matter what but as you're painting you might only have a nose, chin and cheekbones. But that's the basic shape of a face. Giving this a good shake. Flesh colour pigment can be a bit tricky, so always give it a good shake. And I'm using in this case Game Colour 72036 bronze flesh tone, but any similar kind of paint will do. So once again, let's start with the legs. Just going over again what I put the original shade colour down with. Now, when I paint that thumb, and then paint the rest of the arm, to make sure it's got that definition. There's not a hell of a lot to see underneath there, so just a little flash of colour will do. Thumb, back of the hand. And I'm just going to paint one finger there just to give the impression of the shape of the hand. And then arm. And onto the face. So as before, we got a nose, lips, and a chin. Cheekbones. And that's it, that's the skin taken care of. That leaves his helmet, and I am going to put an initial coat of Panzer Aces Highlight German Field Grey 2 339. This is a sort of shade, sandy kind of shade colour. And it's just a very simple coat. All over. Just try and keep it smooth. I'll just take a second to dry. I'm just going to brighten up the wee sort of shoulder boards a little, just a little dash of colour, using highlight colour. This is still not quite dry, but for the purposes of the video I'm going to go back in and work on the helmet again. It's going to be Panzer Aces 322 Highlight US Tank Crew as a sandy main colour for the helmet. So I'll just paint around the rim there. And over the top, leaving shade. And then there's no highlight for this particular stage. What I'm going to do is just distress the helmet. You know, it's in a dusty, sandy environment. So I'm going to use, excuse me, German Grey again, 995. Use a brush that's really quite dry. Get some fairly dry paint on it. And then I'm just going to catch the edges. And then around the rest of the helmet too. There you go, nice and quick and easy. Not a lot of uniform detail other than the uniform itself. There's not a lot of webbing, there's no rifle or other weapon. And there you have 8th Army 25 pounder crewman.